Hi, Gemini. This is Lost Twin Tarot. My name is Colette, if you've never viewed me before. Gemini, this is a bonus reading for what you need to hear. This is good for placements, sun, moon, and rising. Just take the pieces that resonate, Gemini, and leave the rest. This is going to be a 3-card spread and one oracle from the Healing Oracle deck. Gemini, I'm going to be trying to talk slower this reading just because it's Mercury retrograde. I have a habit of saying and between my words. It's just how I've always been, but I know I do it nervously out of habit. So I'm trying to train myself to make the readings flow a little bit better. So when I was meditating on your card, Gemini, I feel like you're trying to move on from something like we all are, but I feel like you just don't know what it is that you're trying to move on from. I feel like you have a feeling that you're trying to move on from, but it's buried deep inside your subconscious, almost like in a past life, and you don't know what to do about it. I feel like a lot of you could be headed on a spiritual journey. I feel like by doing this, it could open up like a Pandora's box, but in a good way. You could see things that you never saw before. I feel like you're just trying to figure out what do you want. I feel like you just don't know what you want. I feel like some of you could be doing a lot of different things. I feel like you could be doing hypnosis, Reiki, different things like that. I feel like this is especially with the eclipse and things like that. I feel like you're trying to find people that are just like you as well. I feel like it's hard for you to blend in or fit in sometimes. Sometimes you can't, people don't really understand your viewpoint. You have the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords. You have the High Priestess on the bottom. Let's see. You have the card Unconditional Love. My heart is free from resentment toward others. I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in everything. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. So, Gemini, maybe there could be some resentment that you're feeling towards someone or everyone, or you might not even realize it. You might feel like you're perfectly fine, but then you realize you have this resentment because part of that time in your life was taken or destroyed or whatever it was. Take it how it resonates. But first, you have the Eight of Cups. On the traditional Eight of Cups, it has that eclipse in it. I feel like as soon as that eclipse comes in, you're going to be. I feel like this eclipse is going to be a big shift for a lot of the signs. I feel like, especially Gemini, you're trying to change a lot of things. I feel like you've been trying to change things for a long time. I feel like you're trying to walk away from a lot of things. I feel like you're just ready for a big change. I feel like you want to move on, especially with that Eight of Swords. I was waiting for another eight, but we got a nine on this Nine of Swords. But I feel like that's exactly what it is. You want to walk away from this feeling of this things that don't longer serve you anymore. And you have two air cards, Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. The Eight of Swords, I don't like the Eight of Swords at all. It's one of my least favorite cards, if not my least favorite card. The Eight of Swords is the self-imposed restriction. It's the card of I can't do it. I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't do it because of this, or it's all that type of energy. It's almost like somebody says, "Well, why don't you do this?" Well, I can't because it's like tying yourself to a post, just like she is in the picture originally in the Rider-Waite deck. And it's because you just don't have enough love for yourself. You don't have enough love for yourself to untie yourself. And I feel like when we do that, we do it to ourselves on purpose because then afterwards it's like then we just resent the whole situation. We resent, if somebody says to, well, you can do this, I'll let you go out and do this, you can do this anytime. And you say, no, no, I'll stay here and work. I'll stay here and work. You guys go out, I'll work late, whatever it is. And then you end up resenting the whole situation. But you were given the option to do that. And you really don't know why, but you feel like if you were to take that invitation, you would have just felt guilty. You feel like they would have held it over your head. They would have, it's all about that. It's all about, well, if I would have took that invite, if I would have did this, I'm going to be punished for it. I'm going to be punished if I end up you know, doing something that I want to do. And you shouldn't feel like that. You shouldn't feel like you shouldn't have that guilt. But the reason why you have that guilt is from something in your past, something that happened, something that you need to walk away from with that Eight of Cups. So you end up having this guilt, which turns into that resentment. It's saying, I open the eyes of my heart and discover the light and beauty in everything. Somebody's hurting right now because my heart just feels like it's like painful. I feel like I have like a pain in my chest right now. I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. I see the pure child in everyone and practice forgiveness. You have the Nine of Swords, and I feel like with the Nine of Swords, you know this situation, you know how you treat yourself, you know how you keep going in this cycle is unhealthy mentally, possibly physically for some of you, but it's almost like all you've ever known. You keep doing it to yourself. Traditionally it's on the Rider-Waite deck. He's in the bed, he's crying, he has those swords behind him, and he has that nice warm blanket with the roses all on it that stand for comfort. And I feel like it's it is almost like all you ever know. it's it's like replacing a feeling. You have to replace that feeling of familiarity. Familiarity. Can't say it. Sorry, the braces. um, you have to replace that with something else. And that feeling is going to be different for all of you. But I feel like one of the first feelings you can replace it with is, well, number one, it could be confusion, which we're all good at that, being a Gemini. But the next one, I feel like it can be the awareness, the awareness of not only suffering of others, but the awareness that your yourself is suffering, that you're making yourself suffer all over again, over and over again. With the Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords. And then what comes next is, of course, the Ten of Swords. Something has to end. You have the Eight of Cups, walking away from something that doesn't serve you anymore. You have the 8, 9, then you have to go to the Ten of Swords. Something has to end for you. So this is going to be different for all of you. What situation are you putting in that Eight of Swords? What are you putting yourself in that's self-imposed? Do you stay late at work while everybody else goes out, says, oh, keep Gemini here. They'll take care of it. Are you an overworked mom who lets everybody walk all over you? And even though they say, oh, well, you can go out and do something, you say, no, no, my kids need me. Are you the older sibling who takes care of your mom while all your other siblings put it all on you? They say they can help you, but you say, no, I can live close. I live the closest. I'll do it. It can be different for all of you. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like, this is going to be one of those things that you have to almost surrender to the universe and let go of. But it says, I am aware that suffering can cause distress and hurt in people. So if also, when you're doing this, you're not doing this in a way where you are happy to go do something. You're not happy to, oh, I'm happily okay to do this. I'm happy to go take on this responsibility or whatever. You're angry about this. You're building up this resentment. And that's another thing. If you don't want to do something, if this is supposed to be, if you're taking on extra work, I should say, do it because you want to, or out of the kindness of your heart. If you don't want to do it, or if something's supposed to be an outlet for you, it's not going to be an outlet for you anymore. It's going to be work. It's going to be something that's a burdensome for you. It's going to make you resentment, and then you're going to end up making the people around you that's close to you suffer, because you're going to build up an anger. You're going to build up anger and resentment, because something that you used to love is going to turn into work or a burden, which can happen a lot, especially if it's something that was very near and dear to you. But I'm going to leave it there for you, Gemini. I hope you enjoyed your reading today. If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Um, I'm trying to keep that down. I do appreciate all the kindness and wonderful things I'm hearing from all of you. It really makes it really is, um, I'm really so grateful for it. I can't even express my emotion because I'm, not very, uh, it's just very, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of awkward about it. How ridiculous is that? A tarot card reader being awkward. But no, I am very, very grateful for all of it. Um, but yeah, I was saying, I'm trying to do a free personal reading for the 500 subscriber, or something like that. But if you have any, comments or suggestions or anything like that, I love to hear them. Put them down in the comments. I love to hear from you guys. But yeah, until then, definitely, I hope you enjoyed your reading, and I hope to see you at the next read. Thanks so much. Bye.